Hello. So, last October was the 30th anniversary for the Mortal Kombat franchise. God, I remember being 5 years old, playing the first one in the arcade with my brother and I think it was 3 other kids. We were just taking turns fighting each other because at the time it was just this new fighting game. Little do we know it would soon become a global phenomenon. Then you had the sequels and everything. But anyway, speaking of sequels, it was 2 years ago we saw the new Mortal Kombat movie, and it was awesome. And I feel like the new one is coming soon. Because they're obviously going to do a trilogy or a quadrilogy or whatever. But, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I feel like the new one is, I don't think it's right around the corner, but I do think it's coming soon. But, hell, I could be totally wrong. We could see a new trailer tomorrow, or by as early as 2024, or whatever, early 2024, or whatever. But the question I have is, which characters will be in it? You have the obvious ones, Liu Kang, Sonya, Jax, Raiden, just to name a few. And so I'm gonna do some prediction characters, and then some hopefuls, so to speak. Well, first off, because of the way Kano died, Kano was always a favorite character of mine, and he was hilarious in the movie. It's give me a fucking egg roll. Anyway, the way he died, his eye was impaled on a garden gnome. So I feel like he's gonna come back with the robot eye and whole metal plate thing. And with Sub-Zero, for those who are unfamiliar with the canon of the games, see, the original Master Sub-Zero from the first 2 games was killed, and then the Sub-Zero with the scar over his eye, who was in the 3rd game and all the ones after that, was the younger brother of the original Sub-Zero. And so it's funny, that's something I always gave them credit for with Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It's they did get that right, but, even though that movie's that movie's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine, but that's beside the point. It's bad, but it's it has its moments. Anyway, so, like I said, I think that's what they're going to do with Sub-Zero, because then, the original Master Sub-Zero, when he was killed, he became Noob Saibot, and then, like I said, you had the younger Sub-Zero, the younger brother one, so I feel like that's kind of what they're going to do with that. Sorry, my allergies have been bad lately. Doesn't help that I live in a wooded area, but anyway. So, yeah, that's just my guess there. And then for other characters, I feel like Shao Kahn will be in it. Although I don't think he'll necessarily be the main villain, but I do have a hunch that he'll be in it. Probably not Shinnok though. That probably won't be till the 3rd or possibly 4th movie. Because yeah, just don't do the Raiden Shao Kahn brothers and then Shinnok being their father. Just why would? Anyway, as for some prediction hopeful characters, I feel like Katana will be in it, because I know we did see a glimpse of her fan in the movie, in the temple, and if she is in it, because some characters that I feel like they should bring back is, you gotta bring back Mileena, because we gotta have Katana versus Mileena. That would be awesome. Classic, so to speak. And I feel like maybe Kentaro will be in it since Goro was killed. Unless they bring Goro back, who knows? Because that's the thing, it was nice how they had some, what the hell's the word I'm looking for? Well, I know the word will come to me, but it's some of the more lesser-known characters, a lot. The Armageddon game aside, Reiko and Natara, who they were only in, each of them were only in one game. Again, not counting Armageddon. So it was kind of nice that they did obscure. That's the word I was looking for. It's nice that they did some of the more obscure characters. And speaking of obscure characters, one character I always really liked that's nobody really talks about is Jarek, who was in the 4th game. He was kind of the replacement for Kano, so to speak. Well, temporarily. Because it was basically the Black Dragon was dead along with Kano, and he was the only member left. And yet, then Kano comes back in the next game, as well as other Black Dragon members. Mortal Kombat logic. But anyway, because you had Cabal, who was also once a member of the Black Dragon group, and he was always a favorite character of my brother's. It was cool to see him in the movie since that had never been done before. But yeah, I would love to see Jarek in there. Maybe some of the other Black Dragon group members, like Cobra and Kira. I think that was her name, right? The redheaded chick from Deception. Tanya was another character I always really liked. I wouldn't mind seeing her in there. Kenshi has been a favorite of mine since Deadly Alliance. I would love to see him in one of the movies. Maybe the next one. Who knows? And a character that I would also love to see, that's never been done in the movies, but I would love to see him done in there. Because he's always been another favorite character of mine. Is I don't know if he'll be in the next one. Maybe, maybe not. Is Quan Chi. Because again, going back to the canon of the game, it's basically, Scorpion was killed by like Sub-Zero, the original Sub-Zero in the Lin Kuei, Sub-Zero's clan, but his family, Scorpion's family, or drawing a blank on his real name, it's like Hatoshi, something like that, I think, right? Because he's from Japan. His family was killed by Quan Chi, at least in the game. So, in the movie, obviously, Scorpion or Hatoshi, whatever, his family was killed by Sub-Zero, but maybe if they bring in Quan Chi, they could do something like that. Like maybe Quan Chi told Sub-Zero to kill them or something. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, it would be awesome to see Quan Chi in there. And then I mentioned Kentaro, maybe Motaro, but I feel like they should kind of do Kentaro first. Who else was there? Striker? Nah. Maybe Ermac. That would be cool. See, another character that was always a favorite of mine was Reptile, and I was kind of pissed that they killed him off. Like, he was barely in it, but who knows? Maybe he'll come back. Hell, he came back in Annihilation. He was killed in the first, movie from '95, and then he came back in Annihilation, but whatever. If Katana and Shao Kahn are in it, maybe Sindel could be in it. Oh, Baraka. Definitely gotta have Baraka. Baraka would be awesome to have in there. We know Johnny Cage is gonna be in it because of the, how the first movie ended. Because there's so many other characters. I'm trying to think of some of the more obscure characters. I'm gonna kind of avoid the ones from the more recent games, like 10 and 11. Awesome games, but because that was kind of like the whole reboot of the series type of thing. That's why I'm kind of focusing on the characters from 1 through 6, or Cyrax and Sector, the robots or cyborgs, whatever. And it would be interesting to see what they did with them. Like, would they, maybe would they already be like the cyborgs, or would they be like, basically like the hell's the world? Like the human form, and then they're turned into the cyborgs or something. Maybe Frost, something like to do with Sub-Zero. That would be kind of interesting. Boraicho would be cool, or maybe Li Mei. Who else was there? Maybe Mavado. Remember him from Deadly Alliance? Part of the Red Dragon group, which was like, I think they were like arch rivals of the Black Dragon group or something. I think of one of the characters now. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of. So, and the other thing is, will this next movie? Because, like I said, if they're gonna do like a trilogy or a quadrilogy or whatever, it's like, will the second movie be more like the first one, like trying to find the other combatants or something, or will it be like the actual tournament? That's another question that's kind of ponders. So, but what do you guys think? Who do you think will be in the next movie, or who would you like to see in the next movie? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and as always, thanks for watching.